Today, probably should mirror it for you, continuing to talk about supplementary and vertical angles. Supplementary means that they add up to what, Landon?
180.
180. Vertical angles mean that they are
Vertical.
across from each other, vertical from each other in terms of angles, and they are equal. Okay, so we're going to be doing a lot of angles today. Your assignment's going to be one big sheet full of a bunch of angles, and using these, you can find them all. Okay, you just look at one at a time. So first little paragraph there, Madison, would you read it, please?
Sure. Knowing just one of the angles measured in the drawing, let's work and find the other three.
Okay, so it gives us one. We can get all the others from just one angle. Okay, why? Well, let's go through it. Measure of angle C. What is the measure of angle C?
120.
120 degrees. How do you know that? Well, it points and it says 120 degrees. Should get that one. Now it says, let's start with angle B. Angle B and angle C form a special type of angle. Do you know what that angle is? Yes, but it's got a name for a 180 degree angle. It's called a straight angle, straight line. So we're going to write in straight, and Asia already answered the second part. Their sum has to be 180 degrees. So knowing that, you just said these two have to add up to 180. You just had some on your homework like that. Supplementary. What's B if they have to equal 180?
60.
60 is correct. Okay, then it says, let's find D. Angle C and D form a special angle called a nope.
Straight.
Yes, it's the same exact thing.
Oh.
Forms a straight angle. Their sums have to be
180.
180. So what's angle D going to be? 60.
Is it the same for all of them?
Now let's find angle A. Angle A and D form a straight angle. So their sum has to be 180 degrees. So what is angle A? No.
120.
120 degrees. Back page. Kira, this one's for you. What do you notice about angle B or angle C and A? Measure of angle C and measure of angle A. Landon, what do you know about C and A?
They both add up to 180.
Asia, what do you notice about C and A?
They're both the same.
They are the same. They are equal. Caleb, what do you notice about measure of angle B and measure of angle D?
They're the same.
They are the same. These pairs of angles have a relationship called vertical angles. Vertical angles are, look at the blanks there. Do you have an idea what those might be? Vertical angles are
180
equal to each other. So if they are straight across from each other, guys, vertical angles are equal. Vertical angles are equal. Notice you can still use the supplementary like we talked about before. Ones next to each other equal 180 all the way around. 120 and 60, 60 and 120, 120 and 60. Okay, last paragraph. When two angles form a straight angle, their sum is, so these two that form a straight angle, their sum is, you answer this 3 times on the back page. And they are called, what are those when I add up to 180 again?
Straight angles.
Straight angle.
No, equal to each other.
Straight line.
Special name when they add up to 180.
No, guys, it does not show an E. It shows like a G.
That's an S.
Symmetrical angle. Supplementary. Subtraction. Simplify. Supplementary.
Supplementary. Notice, maybe we're talking about the 2 things that were on the front of the last page.
I just thought it was something funny.
Hey, I got it. I just couldn't pronounce it.
Right. Next page. Lando,
What?
read.
Gotta call me Lando College.
Lando,
Find the measures of the angle in the problems below. Be sure to use what you know about supplementary and vertical angle.
all right. So let's fill in the blanks over here first. On the right, angle D and angle A are blank.
100.
No. Name, term.
Straight and
Okay. But when they add up to 180, there's a special name for it. So they are supplementary. Angle D and B are?
straight.
No.
Supplementary.
No. Look at where they are.
Equal. We're the same.
Look where they are. Yes, they are equal, but there's a name for where they are. We just wrote it down. They are across from each other.
No, vertical.
Thank you. When they are across from each other, it is called vertical. Angles C and blank are vertical. Good. Now, let's answer the questions. Measure of angle A is blank.
120.
Why?
Because 120 plus 60 equals 180.
Equal 180. Measure of angle B.
60.
Why?
Because 60 and 60 go across.
They are vertical angles, you could say. Or you could say these two have to add up to 180. There's 2 ways to get 60. Caleb, are you with us? Take your hood down, please. Measure of angle C. Madison.
60?
No.
No, it's 120.
120 again, across from each other. Or angles next to each other add up to 180. Either one is fine. Okay? I'm going to give you 2 to do by yourself. Fill in the blanks. Answer the 4 or the 3 questions. We're going to do this one again, go through together, and then I'm going to have you try the last two.
Can I write it down? Please.
Yes. All right. Let's see if we agree with Landon. Landon, did you just use my key?
No, I have it written down here.
C and A are vertical. They are across from each other. C and B are next to each other. They're adjacent next to each other. That's supplementary. B and D, vertical. They're across from each other. So measure of angle A, 45 degrees. So they are across from each other. Super easy. Angle B, add up to 180. So 135 plus 45 is 180. And then these two are the same. So again, once you have one, you can get them all. All right, I want you to go to the back page, 3 and 4. Kira, when you're done, I'd like you to write 3 up here. Caleb, when you're done with both of them, you're going to write 4 up here. Last problem, then we're going to get your assignment.
How does this one missing a line? Because they're both straight. Because it says A and B.
A and B are next to each other, so you should be able to get both of those.
Yeah, so that would be symmetric.
Supplementary?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Here, you can go up there now. Get it done.
You done, Kara? Go ahead. Bless you. Thank you. Caleb, you're up. I know I got it wrong. Put it up there and let's start.
Do I have to put like the vertex and that stuff on the side?
Yep. It's not vertex. It's either vertical or
Or-
supplementary.
Whatever.
It's written right above it, I'm sure. If you're that stumped, we'll just go through it. If they're next to each other, it's supplementary. If they're across from each other, it's vertical. All right, let's go through it. First question, this was Kira's. B and A, they are next to each other, so they are supplementary. Remember, that means they add up to 180. B and D, across from each other, vertical. C and A are vertical, they're across from each other. Let's see if she got them right. Is 88 and 92, 180.
Yeah.
Yeah, so once I have 88 here, should be easy. They're the same across from each other. So C is 88, D is 92. Well done on that one. Okay, only thing is vertical is spelled this way, just for future reference. Next one, Caleb. D and A are next to each other. They are supplementary. D and B are across from each other. They are vertical.
It is vertical.
And we do have a nice line there. Vertical. C and B are not vertical. C and B are not across from each other. C and A are. All right, so let's check. Angle A, 7. Label degrees, Mr. Caleb. They equal 180. So what's across from A? You just told me A and C are across from each other. So C is 7 degrees. B is certainly not 7. Look how big that thing is.
It's just the same.
It's across from this one. B is 173. So the whole point, guys, once you have one section, you can get the other ones. Okay, and that's going to be what your assignment is going to be doing.
That's not bad.
One sheet,
Not bad.
and it's got a whole bunch of them.
Not bad.
Okay, so it has like this one.
Oh my goodness. I rephrased that.
All right, so you're given one, right? Figure out all the other ones. And if it was me, I would write them up here and then I'll transfer them on the bottom. There's a spot here for all your answers. Okay,
That's not bad.
so do that one
Red.
and then do this one. And once you got one, you can do them all. If you look at the whole thing, your head might explode, right? Look at one section at a time. It's fine. You just did 4 of them. And now they're all in one. This one again. Figure them out. And all you got to do is subtract from 180. If they're across from each other, here, I can give you another example. $50, $30. We can get all the other ones. What's this one? Okay, it shouldn't take us this long to figure that out. What is this one?
170.
No, 50, right? No,
Guys,
more than-
it's the same as this one.
30.
They are across from each other.
30.
This is 30, and somebody says, what's the one across from it? You don't even have to think about it.
Then 170 is on the other side. No,
Next one.
150.
30 plus what is 180?
150.
And then they're across from each other.
That's easy.
And now we got this one. This is 50. What's this?
50.
What's this?
130.
Have to add up to 180. Across from each other. 130. It doesn't take long. But you have to remember across from each other equal, next to each other adds up to 180.
Give me a free time
Okay?
after